That one is yellow con. Where is any and all blue con ones or white con? Technically, because of the amount of yellow con tarantulas here, I can probably hang around here all the way to until like level 14 or something. Easily. Very likely, easily. Maybe even 15. That has to be... yeah, that's a blue con. So the desert ones are the lower level ones. The dune ones are the higher level ones. At least with the dune in the name. I mean, it kind of makes sense. The dune ones are probably from Arrakis. So they are filled with spice. Probably. How low HP are you? Very low. Go stab you. Oh. There you go. A spider silk. Alright, let's sit down here and meditate here. Right. So, speaking of live streaming and stuff, there is something I really need to do finally. I need to change the chat location on my transition screens. Both my AFK and the actual one I use for just transition between gameplay and, you know, my starting window and gameplay and my gameplay and ending the stream and all of that. Because I am almost purely live streaming EverQuest now. And so I have on EverQuest I have the chat set up in such a fashion that as in on my stream anyway. Can we fight this with this amount of mana? Probably not. It's a yellow con after all. So anyway, I have the chat set up on the screen for the live stream so that it covers the two chat windows. Like if you're watching this on YouTube, you will have the EverQuest box art covering the chat windows, because I'm not asking other people whether they are, you know, okay with me posting all the things they say in an online chat on a YouTube channel or even live stream. And screw everybody who just assumes that they can put things people say, you know, online somewhere. Screw everybody of those. You should not do that without their consent, without asking first. Anyway. So, since the chat covers this, it's essentially bottom of the screen. However, what I have still set up for my transition screen and my AFK screen is that the chat is on the right side of the screen. I should probably redo the layer so that the chat is on the bottom, so that when I switch between the layers, the chat is in essentially the same location, same space. I think that is kind of reasonable thing, so that if I bounce between layers, people don't have to look at elsewhere to see the live stream chat. Not that the live stream chat is very, you know, active and busy anyway, because I am streaming a game that very few people actually get around to watch live, and also I am generally live streaming on Saturday and possibly on Sunday as well, at a time where there isn't that many people online to watch EverQuest. So, but that doesn't bother me. I am live streaming when it fits into my schedule, and if the recordings are watched by somebody on YouTube whenever they end up there, then it's all good. Like I said earlier on, this is when I would play this game anyway. Go whack that. Nuke it. I should really use the assist key more instead of relying on my yeah, this thing really eats the pet alive, huh? And those pistols are not helping. I mean, it is a yellow con mob after all, so of course it's gonna eat the pet alive. Nice work, Pat. Nice work. Just eat about 40% of my mana bar to slaughter one of these. But yeah, that's definitely something I need to look into, and actually find the time to do that, to improve the quality of the live stream just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, I have been thinking of something else as well to cover the chat boxes for the YouTube recording. Because other than the EverQuest box art, but I think for the EverQuest stuff, the EverQuest box art down there just it is just perfect. It just fits there. Granted, it is going to be a little disconcerting. Not disconcerting. That's not the correct word. Let's just say that the box art is a little busy, so it kind of draws attention away from what is actually happening around on the screen. But then again, while I'm just sitting around and meditating, it might give somebody, you know, a view of like, oh, what else is going on in this box art picture? Anyway. So I'm gonna keep that for now until I find something better. I am not actively looking. I haven't been actively looking though, so there is that. So it's not going to change anytime soon, I think. But yeah, I think the layers need to change a little bit. Need to find the time to do that. Maybe I can squeeze that in so that it's ready for the next weekend stream, which would be way in the future if you are watching this on YouTube, because of like, you know. And also the layer stuff does not affect you if you are watching this on YouTube. Let me explain that. A lot of folks when they record their live streams, they simply record whatever is happening on their screen on the live stream. Like they launch one application, whether that be OBS, the Streamlabs OBS, or whatever they use for live streaming, and they set up a recording on that and they record it. I don't do that. I record the live stream separately, or rather, I record the recording separately from what happens on the live stream, so that none of the chat which happens on the screen during the live stream, for example, ends up on YouTube. This goes back to what I said earlier about screw everybody who just, you know, puts some folks, you know, stuff up online somewhere on, for example, YouTube, without asking. I'm not going to ask all of my viewers like, are you okay if all of this chat you guys are doing on my channel, or while you're watching this live stream, are you okay if that goes up on YouTube? Because somebody might say something that they do not want, you know, somebody else to find out, let's say 3 years from now, 4 years from now, or whatever. And also, don't want anybody doing any witch hunt of somebody saying stupid stuff. And also, I have no reason. Another one of these examples. Basically, every time I start this live stream, there's going to be one of those automated bots which comes into the chat for like half a second and spams, hey, buy view bots here, and then it vanishes. I don't want any of that chat happening, showing up on YouTube, because I am not their fucking marketing business. I don't do marketing for them, and I definitely do not want to market them by accident either. That's another one of those things. It's like, no! Do not buy viewbots from these things. There's that. So, for the technical stuff, on the technical level, how I have this set up is that I run 2 instances of OBS. I have run one which is specifically purely set up for the live stream, and I run one which is purely set up for for recording. And so the recording stuff happens separately from the live stream. It doesn't happen on the live stream instance of OBS at all. It happens in its own instance. That requires a little bit more juice out of your PC. Just in case you want to replicate that setup yourself. Can't do that on if you don't have some power on your machine. However, I find it a whole lot better, because it gives me much more control over what exactly am I recording, as opposed to comparing to what else am I live streaming. The two can be completely and utterly separate from each other. I can do layers, I can do all sorts of things on the live stream which don't need to appear on the YouTube videos. A very good example of this is on the YouTube videos you don't get any of the follow messages. Those only pop up on the live stream, because the two are separated. Okay, this is going decent. This is going pretty damn decent here. 2 bottles in here. Might actually be able to hit level 11 before I end the live stream. That would be fantastic. And the fact that I can summon bags is always really good. Oh, you then. Find my pet, will you? The couple things I really like about the Magician. Even though the gameplay is really simple, I remember it always having been real simple, even when I played one back in the day. You basically just send your pet in and you nuke. Okay, there is a little bit more nuance there with actually healing pet or re-summoning pets. When your pet is about to die and you time a summoning of a new pet just as the old one dies, and so on, or putting on the damage shield on the pet and remembering to keep it up, all of that stuff. Like, in general, the combat is real simple with the Magician. However, there is some bunch of fun in that simplicity, because it gives you time to do other things or talk about other things, and when your gameplay is kind of simple, there is some aspect of at least that I personally enjoy in making that that simplicity of it. Yeah, let's use it. Let's say it that way. The simplicity of it, making that be as effective and efficient as you can. It is sort of like if we are talking about writing text, everybody, absolutely everybody who has gone through basic academia can write like big long text pieces and paragraphs and whatnot. Like, everybody can do that. However, try to fit all of the information you have in a big long paragraph into a concise sentence. Can you do that? There's that sort of difference that I really enjoy. Because, again, as an example, you can write big and complex, convoluted guide to things. But can you do the same thing with very few words? As few words as possible? Give out the exact same ideas, exact same information with as few words as possible. That is difficult. It is difficult, and it is a skill on its own to give concise, concentrated information instead of just, you know, blabbering on, or just typing on long flowery text or long extra information pieces and so on. Now, of course, that goes into my my personal annoyance, with some of this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna kill that next. Technically, kill it now. Probably will do, actually. Then I can meditate up a little longer. Let's slaughter it now. Then we will do a little longer meditation session. Meditation session at low mana. Come on, taunt it. Thank you. Can you solo that? I'm kind of curious now. Can you just solo that outside of that starting nuke of mine? Damn, Pat, you're doing really good work. Holy moly. Yeah. Yep. It just soloed the damn thing. Alright, cool. Well, that was cool. Okay, nothing on it. Part of the problem with all of these animal things, they don't have really good lore. Anyway, to talk about don't know if it's a pet peeve of mine. Don't know if I would use those wordings, that particular wording exactly. But one of the reasons why I originally started my YouTube channel wasn't really to play games on it. It was to make video guides for video games. Because a lot of the guides I kept running into back in the day weren't exactly guides the way I understood guides at that point in time. And this is me talking as somebody who has I have work experience teaching and training people to do their jobs, and I have also studied at one point in my life. I have actually studied on how to teach kids with special needs, essentially special education needs kids. And so a lot of the guides I still run into today and such have the same fundamental issue that they lack the word of why in them. Now, I wanted to do, and I did, a whole lot of YouTube guides on YouTube for various games, but the thing is, for me to actually feel comfortable making a guide and make it specifically of a specific game at a specific situation and so on, I feel like I have to understand the game on a level that I am comfortable that this guide actually makes sense, and I understand what I am doing to make this guide actually useful, and so on. And I don't, these days, for a while now, for quite a while now, I simply haven't played games enough to actually be at a point where I can go, alright, I can make guides out of this. I don't feel comfortable doing that, because I don't want to make guides which are like, not guides, which are not useful. And most of all, the other thing which annoys the heck out of me these days is that people don't actually even want to know why when it comes to guides. It seems like people want ready-made answers of one thing, and they don't want to even know why that one thing is. A very good example of this is all the people who ask, like, you go into any video game forums or Reddit or wherever. Reddit is a good example. You take even EverQuest. You go onto EverQuest Reddit and you start browsing and searching. You will have, what is the best race for a magician? What is the best race for a cleric? What is the best soloing class? What is the best at X, Y, and Z? Like, you have that particular question pop up all the time. And people who want the answer to it, who are asking it and who look for the answer to it, they don't even actually want to know why the answer is what it is. They just want the answer. And if the problem with that comes because for everything there is a why. There is why for absolutely everything. What is the best race for a magician in this game? There is a reason why it is the best race, and why you can debate. Well, you can even say that there is no best race. That it is this and this and this, or there is an objective, actual reason why something is the best. And if the person doesn't if that information, that why, is not conveyed out of there, of why it is, that means that the person who just has the answer, for one, they cannot explain the answer to anybody else, because all they know is it's this, and that's what they are going to keep repeating. And the other thing is, if something changes, something fundamentally changes, won't happen to this particular server, because obviously this Project 1999 version of EverQuest is not getting updated. But let's use a World of Warcraft, for example. What is the best rogue race for Horde? You can make the argument, you can easily say that differs whether we are talking about WoW Classic, Season of Discovery, or Retail World of Warcraft. And for the life of Retail World of Warcraft, it has changed between the expansions. So if you look at, like, what is the best race for a Horde Rogue in WoW Classic context, and somebody just goes, alright, well, it's undead. Okay. Now you go and play Retail World of Warcraft. It's not necessarily undead in Retail World of Warcraft. What happens when the next expansion rolls in and changes that? This person doesn't know. They don't understand why it is the best race. They just know that it's the best race, and so they are going to keep parroting that being the best race, no matter what else changes, which is absolutely wrong. This is not how you teach people. This is not how you should be looking for information as a person. If you are really interested in something, you should want to first of all know why. Okay, let's find out how badly this thing destroys my pad. Really badly. Let's nuke it a little. I would prefer to not summon a new pad here. Aha. Maybe we can keep the pet alive. Nuke it again. Maybe. If I don't fizzle, possibly. Aha! Pet lived. Good work, Pet. So yeah, that's part of my issue with like one of the reasons why I have kind of fundamentally stopped making, like consciously stopped making guide videos for the most part, because I would always include the why, or at least try to explain why something is the way I recommend doing it or whatnot. And people, I have so many comments on my YouTube videos, which are the guides, which are the guide videos, which are like, get to the point. Like, why didn't you just start with the, you know, answer and all of that? And I'm like, well, if this is the information you folks want, I don't want to make videos to cater to that information because I think it's fundamentally wrong. But that's me. That's me. That's me rambling about stuff again. But yeah. Gives me something to do while I'm meditating. Rambling about guide making. I made guides for a loving job. Or as part of my job. I told people how to do their jobs and made guides for those work processes. Alright, fine. Fine. Never mind on any of that. God damn this jackal. I really should meditate somewhere else. I don't want to be knocked out of sitting around by a random doggy wandering around. Where did the spider go, by the way? I didn't pay attention. Oh man, but yeah, people are funny when it comes to a whole lot of things. Ready-made answers with no thought required seems to be the norm these days, which is to me kind of baffling, but maybe I am just maybe I'm just weird and don't quite fit in with the modern way of thinking, which is very much a possibility, and I'm completely and utterly okay with it as well. I don't care. If I cared, if I cared about people's opinions and whatnot, I wouldn't have been able to make my my main YouTube channel wouldn't have lasted past the first like 2 years. Because every single video I got like 2 to 3 comments of somebody complaining about my accent. It was hilarious as hell, man. Like, okay, well, I mean, I took that as a full-blown compliment, that my videos were so bloody good that the only things people were able to complain about was my accent. That was really, really funky. Oh man. And vast majority of the folks who were complaining about my accent, very likely people, like, I can't know this for a fact, but the few whom I engaged a little bit further and had some amusement with the conversation, like, people who didn't speak any other language but English, and who probably have never left their own country either. Like, dude, I speak multiple languages. Of course my accent is going to be influenced by the fact that I speak multiple languages. And yet my English is good enough that I studied. I did my entire bachelor's thesis, and I'm about to start doing my entire master's studies in English. As in, not in English language, but using the English language. I'm studying using English. Not my actual native language. Not any of the other languages I speak. It is funny. Oh well. Oh well. People are funky. Redo my buff. There's the damn jackal who's about to would have knocked me out of meditation again. Now, where can I find more of these scarabs? Where is all these scarabs and spiders running around now? Roll this way. Damn, I'm almost halfway to the level already. Damn. This is going a lot faster than I thought it would be. Yeah, there you are. Blue con, alright. Yo, Pat, you will have an easier time this time. You're probably not about to die this time around. Really? Really? It didn't even tell me that it wasn't in line of sight or anything. It just didn't do anything. Really? Fine. Man, that is funky. Okay, so the blue con ones the pet can basically solo. Basically. Very good. It's the white and yellow con ones where he's about to die every single time. You should probably find the filter for the taunting attacker master and put that somewhere else. Then again, this is my spam box where all the spamming of all the loot and everything else goes into, so... Okay, that is still working correctly. Fantastic. Meditation time, the recovery time in this game is long enough that you can do other things in the meanwhile, which is kind of nice. And it also, surprisingly, this makes for a fun enough live streaming game from that point of view, because you can talk random crap while you're meditating. Or recovering, or whatever. Whatever you wanna call it. I need more tea. Huh? Okay, where did the other scarab go? That's probably a dune tarantula filled with spice from Arrakis. Now, where did the other one go? Was that a blue con one? By chance? I have no idea where it went. No, that's another dune tarantula. I swear there was another one. Maybe I'm hallucinating scarabs now. Possibility. Very much a distinct possibility. I've kind of always wondered what was the point in making tarantulas indifferent but the scarabs dubious? Because they don't have faction. You can't actually like lower the faction to the point where they become aggressive. I just don't quite understand why they didn't just make everything this exactly same if they... Okay, fine. Wait, did somebody clip my rant? Probably. I don't mind it. It's hilarious enough. And if somebody takes offense to that, that's on them. That's not on me. I don't. As I've explained before, other people's opinions don't really matter to me that much. Or what they think of the things I say or do. It's not like I do illegal things. Alright. There is this scarab that I thought I hallucinated up. And it is a blue cone. Very good. Let's heal the bat. Somehow it always just works more intuitive for me to just, you know, mouse click and mouse target things instead of clicking the assets button. I'm so much more used to just using the mouse for that stuff and keyboard for all of the rest of these things, casting spells and other things. Go on. Somebody was in a hurry. Wait, did Magician get Levitate? This also reminds me I needed to check what was the level 12 spells I got. Get as a Magician. I don't think Magician get Levitate. Magician did get eventually the Melee's Mellow, whatever the line of spells of Malosini it was. It was always weird spells of like bunch of resistance debuffs. Yeah, I will eventually have it. What was the level 12 spells? It's the Dune Tarantula. Alright. Let's get to 80% mana and then I'm gonna go wander around, find something to kill again. Seems like this is probably the better area, just to run around and even run into the spawns and whack the occasional spawns. Yep, halfway to level already. Damn. Damn. Okay. Oh, cool. He found the... Wait, what? He's level 10 and he's grinding the... Okay. That's interesting. Well, I mean, it works for grinding the Sandfisher. That works nicely for... I don't think the XP is good at level 10 though. Anymore. But if you're mostly AFK, then that obviously works perfectly. It's just a little slower XP. That's another... Ah, there we go. Hello. And it's a yellow con. Of course it is. Of course it had to be a yellow con. Fine. I bet you're about to meet your maker again. I am your maker though, so none of that business. Okay, there we go. Wait, how is this dying this quickly this time around? It's a yellow con after all. The last few times these things are basically almost eating the pet alive every time. Resist? Yeah, it resisted. Okay. Well, that sucks. But man, that was a lot easier than I thought for a yellow con. What? Okay. Fine. Not gonna question it. Don't question easy XP, huh? Another one. You another yellow. Of course you are. Alright, fine. In which case, I'm going to be sitting here all happy for a bit before I try to take you on. Okay, now I need more tea. Alright. Tea and a quick snack. So, 60%. I think I want 80% before I take on that yellow con. Here's a question though. Can the water elemental be poisoned by a spider? Probably, very likely. Which is one reason why I haven't been trying to take on the yellow con spiders, because I'm a little afraid that the poison, in addition to their melee damage, will just absolutely demolish the path and I won't be able to win those fights. Whereas these things basically just have a... Okay, that's a blue one. Well, in which case life is easier. Go fight it. Whereas these things only have the melee damage, right? They don't happen to... They don't have a poison on top of it. Okay. Well, if I just heal you here and then sit down. How well do you solo this thing while I meditate up? Okay. I mean, it's down to half HP, so... Decently enough, I suppose. Decently enough. Yeah. Good work. Load it? Maybe? There we go. Let's see. That would be the yellow one. No, that's a white one. What the? The what now? Why is it... Okay. Keep finding different ones now. That's interesting. Okay, should be able to take this on. Then I will take a little longer break after this one. Deplete my mana enough to get full mana during the break anyway. Okay. Look at all of this fizzling. I don't know. Stop fizzling my spells. I think I may need more dimensional pockets. Let's go sit around here. I don't hopefully get interrupted while I AFK a moment.